2K Sports, we have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Now, D'Angelo Russell says he patterns his game after another crafty lefty. He said, if I could model my game after somebody, it would be Manu Ginobili. He was never the most athletic, but he could pass, he could score, and he was just so unpredictable. Not a bad role model for D'Lo. Kevin?
Not at all. Yeah, some similarities definitely there, David. Thank you. Still very early in the season here, but teams, Greg, beginning to hit their stride and get into a rhythm.
And the same can be said for the younger talents. Rookies are shaking off those debut jitters and starting to show us what they can really do.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. The core of this team all out there. Curry and Thompson in the backcourt with Green at the 4. Wiggins is out there with Looney. And for the Timberwolves, sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. And it's Russell in at the point guard. So the Timberwolves win the tip. Pass to Gobert. Inside. Lays it up off the glass. Gobert's got the first points on the scoreboard for Minnesota.
Now the painted area might as well be Rudy Gobert's domain. He uses every bit of that size and length to assert his dominance.
Now here's Looney. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
And the assets traded by the Wolves for Rudy Gobert surprised a lot of people. In essence, 5 first-round picks, 3 of them unprotected. They better hope this thing works out. A lot riding on it.
Now here's Curry after the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Russell finds McDaniel. Gobert the pass to Russell, driving inside, and that one drops.
Such a strong finisher on the drive. D'Angelo Russell will embrace the contact.
Curry pass it to Thompson. That's tipped. Pass to Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. To the middle. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
Well, make no mistake, Draymond Green will bully you on the interior if you allow it. You've got to make sure he doesn't force the issue.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
And as good as Draymond Green has been on the floor, this guy will be an all-time broadcaster, already a popular podcast. Great TV studio appearances as well.
And the second free throw, good. And Draymond Green, the next broadcasting star. You've watched his work. Why is that?
And Kevin, I think his basketball IQ is incredible. And we see that when he plays, but he can also vocalize it to the audience. And of course, Draymond is not afraid to say what he thinks.
And it's Russell missing. Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a win against the Magic in Orlando.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Well, I'm sure they're still enjoying that one. You love going into a tough building, tough place to play, and shooting the lights out. Nothing like silencing the crowd.
Curry can't get it to go. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. No good on the triple. Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, Thompson finds Looney. Five on the clock. Outside Curry. From deep. Rebound, Minnesota.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
McDaniels passes to Russell. There's the dish to Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Thompson. And here's Edwards from the arc. And Gobert kicks to McDaniels. Back to Gobert. Outside Edwards. Towns a screen on Thompson. Edwards can't hit. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Golden State Warriors. Thompson for three. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Russell with the 3. No good that time. Curry against Russell. Puts it up from 7, and the play by Curry as he finishes it off for 2. Curry's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Well, that's just the phenomenal touch of Stephen Curry in the painted area. Yes, he'll score there too.
And there's the horn. We've seen some good defense on both sides, and the score is still close. The Warriors on top. They lead by 1. From Target Center, back in a moment. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at the Warriors' performance here, guys, what are your thoughts?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
And evaluating defenders goes well beyond blocks and steals. So, Doris, when you're doing a game, what are some of the things that you look for and that teams are looking for?
Activity, attention to detail, deflections. Is the person switchable? Can they guard the elite wing scorers? In addition to size and length, do they have lateral quickness? So many things go into quality defense.
Kyle Anderson is out there with Reed. And it's Taurean Prince, and it's Forbes in at the 1. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Now here's Anderson. 8 points his last outing. Out to the right wing. Reed kicks to Prince. Shoots over Poole. Prince's shot is good. Prince has got his first 2 points of the night.
What you love about Taurean Prince is his willingness to fit into the team scheme. This guy goes about his business and contributes in every area. That's a nice mid-range jumper.
Reed with the block. Forbes dishes to Anderson. From past the arc. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And despite those shooting problems in the first quarter, they have the lead and look like they're finally getting it together offensively.
GA with their 4th title, the combination of Steph, Clay, and Draymond Green, the single most successful trio in the last half-century in the NBA.
And some would argue the best trio of all time. The most wins in the finals ever by a trio who've each made an All-NBA team.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Passes to Poole. Here's Wiseman. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And the sheer size of Wiseman is hard to deal with inside, forcing the defense to compromise with the foul.
The Warriors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Wiseman.
Guys, you have to remember when thinking and talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves, it's an organization that is still so young.
And both free throws good for Wiseman. You know, basketball historians will remember that the Minneapolis Lakers, Doris, won 5 titles before relocating to Los Angeles in 1960.
And I think the current crop of T-Wolves fans, Kevin, see this as a completely different franchise from that historic team. In their minds, they haven't won a championship yet, and that fact should really motivate this current roster to get one for this group.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Of course, the Warriors' offense stands out for its emphasis on ball movement. Coach Steve Kerr says if you get to touch the ball and be a part of the action, whether it's as an assist man, ball mover, shooter, dribbler, the more people who are involved in the offense, the more powerful it becomes. Kevin, strength in numbers indeed.
As has always been the case for his offense, the more the better, and it's worked for him. DA, thanks. And he can't hit the second. The Warriors trailing. Now DiVincenzo. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Wiseman finds Kuminga. The basket pool lets it go with a 3. And again, no good by Golden State. The Timberwolves shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. We've got 1:48 left in the first half. Noel passes to Reed. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Reed's got the lead up to 4 now for the Timberwolves.
Many teams could use a multi-position defender like Taurean Prince.
Well, defensively, you know that Taurean is going to play with great effort night after night. He does an incredible job contesting shots, fighting through screens, and offensively, obviously, his value comes as a spot-up shooter.
A nice shot by Anderson.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. And the Warriors with some changes.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Karl Anthony Towns. Averaging 22 points per, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. And he brings it for them every game on the offensive end.
Well, I think you can tell he relishes this role, being the catalyst on the offensive end, night in and night out.
Warriors trail by 6. It's Curry outside. And the Warriors miss again.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
McDaniels dishes to Edwards. 59 seconds left to play here in the half. And Thompson kicks to Wiggins. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Wiggins has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Terrific timing on that catch and shoot. Wiggins in complete command.
Here is Edwards. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing. Over to the wing. McDaniels sinks the triple. McDaniels got the lead back up to 6 now for the Timberwolves.
Well, unselfish play by Anthony Edwards. Teammate is wide open. He puts it right where it needs to be.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Outside, Russell. Over Curry. No good on the last second attempt there.
Well, that miss, to me, created because of Steph Curry's defense. This guy is doing enough to influence the shot.
Thank you, Kevin. Carl, you guys have built a lead. What is the key to maintaining or increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. Just stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
You had the advantage in the first half. We'll see if you can keep that advantage in the second half. Thanks for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Greetings, everybody. We love exciting, and this game is delivered as we've seen 2 top players battling mano a mano.
Great battle between these two. They take a lot of pride in how they approach the game, and it seems like they're playing with extra enthusiasm tonight.
Yeah, those elite matchups, man, they can bring the best out of you.
All right, and looking now at the first half, it's been an almost but not quite story for the Warriors.
Inefficiency on the offensive end. How about pounding it more inside, like I always say? Also, if you don't have a look, don't take a crazy shot. Make an extra pass.
Shaq, it's a great recipe, man. More physical, more unselfish.
That's right, recipe. Put a little ice cream on top of that hot fudge and you get a championship like me.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Golden State Warriors. 6-point game. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, the core of this team all out there, Curry and Thompson in the backcourt with Green at the 4. Kevon Looney out there with Wiggins. Oh, here's Edwards after the miss from Stephen Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Gobert the screen. Offensive rebound. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage. And one of the biggest stories of the summer was Rudy Gobert being traded. Gets a fresh start with the Timberwolves.
One shot.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And there's a record Rudy Gobert set without much fanfare a few years ago. Most dunks in an NBA season.
That's exactly right, GA. That was back in the 2018-19 season. He threw it down 306 times. Certainly makes sense for a guy who's got that kind of length, athleticism, and the guy who spends so much time right around the cup.
Now here's Wiggins. He's had his share of big nights at the offensive end, that's for sure. His scoring average is at 18 points a game.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Back to Edwards. Fires the three. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Edwards got the lead up to 12 now for Minnesota.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And again, it's the Warriors missing.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Good on the bucket. Russell's got his second basket of the night.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Warriors trail by 14. Wiggins outside. Green, the screen. Wiggins passes to Green. Can't hit from in close. And here are the Timberwolves. It's been 8 unanswered points for them. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Curry with the three. Drains it from beyond the arc. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
Boy, I don't know that I've ever seen a better pull-up jump shooter than Stephen Curry. An amazing ability to stop on a dime.
Now, here is Russell. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Edwards. No good there. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Green kicks to Curry. Green with a screen on Russell. Curry can't get it to go.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
And Russell with the basket on the assist from Edwards. 6 points for D'Angelo Russell.
This guy, an effortless scorer. Outside, inside, in between. Dynamic scorer is D'Angelo Russell.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And it's plays like that, Kevin, that show you why they are so far ahead. Didn't settle for anything outside and went right to the rim.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Taurean Prince comes in for McDaniels. Noel, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Bryn Forbes in for D'Angelo Russell. Now here's DiVincenzo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Poole. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Now, I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Anderson with the ball. Defended by Kuminga. Prince the pass to Forbes. Just 5 to shoot. Gobert with a screen for Anderson. Three-pointer. Tries again. Gobert, no good. Warriors trail by 11. Poole with it. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Cuts it 5. And finished off by Wiseman.
Oh, that's a big man move by Wiseman, roughing up the D with that emphatic finish.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Timberwolves lead by 9. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Ball's got to move, all right? Let's just start driving and kicking and moving it on, all right? Just settle in. Make easy, simple passes.
And Greg, the offense doesn't look very fluid right now.
I mean, not enough movement. When the ball is zipping around, this team much more difficult to defend.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Backcourt guards are Russell and Edwards. Kyle Anderson is out there with McDaniels. And it's Towns in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do. That's his second make from distance this half after hitting none before that.
Timberwolves leading by 9. Pass to McDaniels. Back to Russell. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And Towns gets it to go.
If Karl-Anthony Towns carves space and is in the painted area, it's going to go in the basket. He's that good.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Here's Poole. That shot off. Great D that time from Edwards.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And Edwards with the stop.
Boy, defense has no answer for Anthony Edwards' athleticism. What a dunk.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Rudy Gobert.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play. And this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. The focus of his speech was hustle. He told his players, those guys are going to come at us. We have to match their intensity, and we have to play with a great deal of energy. We're all in here, fellas. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. There's a good screen. Thompson in the corner. And a miss there on the triple.
And really, for some reason, just not a big part of their offense today. Hard to get into a rhythm when you're getting so few opportunities at the rim.
Now, here is Russell. The Warriors pull it in. Looney's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Timberwolves.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year. Hey, you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Anthony Edwards.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
Minnesota making a switch here. Gobert's checked in.
One shot.
And the #1 overall pick in 2015, Karl-Anthony Towns has been the franchise player in Minnesota, but out to prove he can be the cornerstone on a contender.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. Green kicks to DiVincenzo. The three. It's hauled in by Edwards. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. McDaniels passes to Gobert. Dishes it to Edwards. Back to Gobert. Russell finds Gobert. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
It used to be a smart play to foul Rudy Gobert because he struggled from the free throw line. This guy's so much better now.
Two shots.
Take a break. Take a break. Two shots.
A free throw drops for Gobert.
Rudy Gobert is known as the stifled tower, and why not? He has always been such a strong anchor for his team on the defensive end of the floor.
And Gobert drops them both. And so here is Golden State. They trail by 18. And here is DiVincenzo. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. They poured it out tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Hey, thanks a lot, Carl. A lot of players got in on the action offensively. When you get it rolling as a team, how good can you be?
I mean, it's awesome, you know, to get a chance to keep the defense guessing. We did a great job of that tonight. We did a fabulous job. We let our defense be our offense tonight, and that's when we were at our best, that's what happens.
It certainly was great on the floor tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.